Hi, and welcome to this week's edition of the Las Vegas Advisor Weekly Update with Anthony and Andrew. Today is Wednesday, June 22nd, and we're going to do something a little bit different today, right, Anthony?
Well, there wasn't much news.
Well,
there wasn't a lot of news, so we're gonna talk about saving money. This is kind of like the saving money episode, right?
Yeah, because prices are up everywhere.
Well, prices have been up since the shutdown. We've chronicled a lot of that, but it looks like things are maybe starting to change a little bit. Mm-hmm. And of course, it's all linked to the economy.
Right.
It's all linked to the problems that people are going to probably start having with inflation, with high gas prices. You know, that second trip to Vegas this year, maybe they're going to cancel that, maybe not 5 trips this year, maybe 4. And, the casinos and the businesses feel that.
Yeah.
So they have to react. And we think there are going to be opportunities on the way.
Okay, so let's delve right into it. We're talking about money-saving episode here. What's up first? We got some room rates.
Room rates.
Yeah.
Every December and every July, those are the 2 times when room rates are the most depressed. Mm. All right, December is easy because people are getting ready for Christmas. They're getting ready for the holidays. They don't want to travel. So Vegas responds by lowering room rates and offering deals. The other time is, surprisingly, the middle of summer, which is July.
Right.
And we used to call it Christmas in July because all the room rates would, again, plunge.
Yeah.
And every year we do these 2 surveys where we call all of the casinos, or we go online or whatever we need to do to find prices to see what their room rates are.
Right.
And this year we checked out 99 different casinos with hotels. And the results were similar to last year.
Okay.
Which was not great. We used to see rock bottom rates sometimes, in the below $20 in the teens. And this year we didn't find, same as last year, we did not find a single hotel casino with a base rate of $20 or less.
All right. Well, so what are the good deals that you did find in town?
Well, we did find 28 with base rates of $50 or less.
Pretty good. That's pretty good.
Not bad. Last year there were 30.
Yeah.
And years before we used to always be in the high 30s or the 40s or even the 50s. But, prices are going up in general. So, yeah, we did find 28 with rates 50 or below. The lowest was Oyo, which had a rate of $23.
That's really good.
It's really good until you read the fine print and you see that you've got to pay the resort fee.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So the resort fee at Oyo is $37. So you're talking about a $23 base rate, a $37 resort fee. The resort fee is close to twice the price of the base rate.
Sure.
Right? So we were talking about a $60 room. Now, that's not bad. $60 for a room in Vegas is not bad.
Right. Like by comparison, if you're going to L.A. or New York or Austin,
sure.
they're expensive.
Yeah. And let me make this clear. We're doing this, we're looking for the lowest rate we could find in July. So it's not like they're going to have that every day. This was done in the middle of the week. This was not a weekend price. And some of the prices I'm going to quote were during the week. But it gives you an idea of where you can go for lower rates. It's also a good time to mention our resort fee page at LasVegasAdvisor.com.
Right. Check that out.
Yeah. You can go every place you're going to go. It's hard to dig out those resort fees, but we check them every month, and we have the list that you can see, example of it on the screen, where it shows you what the resort fees are everywhere. So you can look at those base rates, which are often lower than that nightly resort fee, and see what the real price is.
Yeah, and you also want to, as a pro tip, call and see what the parking fees are on top of the resort fees. Because I know at MGM properties and Caesars properties, they charge for parking too.
Yeah, you don't have to call. We got a parking page too.
Hey, Las Vegas Advisor has a parking page too. I didn't know that.
Yeah, we have resort fees and parking, because those are 2 things that people run into that they really hate.
Yeah.
So, all right, so let's go through a couple of them. I'll tell you what we found. All right, after resort fees, all right, some of those numbers that I was telling you about, under $50, that was before resort fees. After resort fees, these include, here were some of the lowest we found. The Strat, $67.
We love the Strat. The Strat's great. I think it's one of the best deals in town and one of the coolest places to hang.
Yep, includes the resort fee, $67 a night in July, midweek. El Cortez, $63. Golden Gate, also downtown, $63. You just stayed there recently.
Yeah, I stayed at Golden Gate. I didn't realize that Golden Gate it was incepted in 1906.
Yeah,
it's been there since 1906.
I think it's the oldest one.
Yeah,
around. So, Silver Sevens, $63. Four Queens downtown, $59. Binion's, $59. And the cheapest of all for everybody and anybody was Wild Wild West at $52.
Yes.
All right. So now, is Wild Wild West the greatest place in the world to stay?
It is not the greatest place in the world to stay.
It's not. You've got to be pretty well heeled, I think, to stay at Wild Wild West. But if you're well heeled, $52 a night is not bad. Now, we did another comparison. So when we do things like this, we want to look at other ways. People who are Las Vegas Advisor members, who have the member rewards book, we looked at the prices with the deals that we have. We have deals at Silver Sevens, $50.40 is what it comes to a night. So that comes in lower than the Wild Wild West. Okay. At the Strat, it's $57.70. At the Plaza, which is a nice downtown to get nicer, $76.75 a night. So a little bit more, but a pretty good deal off of what it would be retail. And then the lowest of all, Binion's, $50.15.
All right. Wow.
So.
All right, and then what did you find on the higher end of good deals, like on the higher end of?
Well, that's another thing is when these rates go down in December and July, they go down really kind of across the board. So some of the things that jumped out at us, and this is not after resort fees; these are base prices. But Sahara, $57 base; Flamingo Center Strip, $59; Park MGM, $62; Palm, $79; Resorts World, $89.
That's a good deal.
Now there's a $45, resort fee on top of that, so you're over $100. But still, for $115, $120 to stay at Resorts World is not bad. Yeah. Caesar's Palace $119 and Aria $125. Those are some that kind of stood out.
All right, and you got to keep in mind that it's over 100 degrees in Vegas typically in July. It's hot. So you got to come prepared for that as well.
Well, all of these places have pools, and the people who do come here, they can hang out by the pool for a pretty reasonable rate.
Yeah, absolutely. And then also Park MGM's cool because there's no smoking in that casino.
Yeah, no smoking at all there.
No smoking allowed. Oyo's cool because they have single deck blackjack. It's not far from the
Not
MGM.
Single deck, dollar blackjack.
Oh, that's right.
They have dollar blackjack. They've got a $1 blackjack table.
That's
which
right.
you just won't find much in Vegas. You'll find that at Downtown Grand and at Oyo.
Yeah, and the single deck was at El Cortez.
Correct.
So, which is also on that list. So, so there are some deals out there, some good prices. LasVegasAdvisor.com. And if you're an LVA member, check out the member rewards discounts. All right, and also, Anthony, on the subject of saving, Resorts World just announced kind of an interesting deal on their ticket prices.
A real interesting deal. This was pretty amazing. 1 year anniversary deal. Uh-huh. 2 show tickets to their big time shows for $100. And after fees and taxes, it comes out to about $112 for 2 tickets. 5 shows were in the mix, but they're going so fast. We're going to tell our viewers about this deal, but I don't know how long they're going to last. We went out and checked them out. Of the 5, only 2 were left. One was Katy. I don't mean 2 tickets, 2 shows. Uh-huh. Katy Perry and David Blaine.
Okay.
Were the only 2 that had tickets remaining, and we had to search for them.
I'd go to both of those shows. Those seem like super cool shows.
It would be great. I mean, that's a great deal. Yeah. For those shows, I mean, this is way below the normal price of these shows, and they're actually good tickets. So we're just telling you about it. Give it a try. If you want to do it, get on there right now because they could be gone by the time you see this, to be honest. I think we have it on the screen, but you have to go to rwlasvegas.com, and the code is RWLV100.
All right.
Give it a try. I mean, can't promise anything, but if you're able to snag a couple tickets for $100, that's pretty strong.
There you go, especially at Resorts World, the newest casino on the Strip.
Yep.
So, Anthony, we have July 4th coming up, and in Vegas, that's a pretty big day. People are asking about fireworks. What's going on with that?
Well, we're going to talk more about fireworks next week.
Okay.
Because we're compiling the full list of where they're going to be. But, in one of the comments of the last video, somebody said, where can I watch the fireworks? And I responded, I said, we don't know exactly where yet, but here's some advice, look up. That's the thing about fireworks, right? I mean, it always kind of gets me when people go, where should I go to watch fireworks? Well, really, no matter where you are in the city, the fireworks are going to be up in the air.
Right. So you got to look up, everybody. We'll check them out.
Look up. Or as you were talking about earlier, go to high ground and, you'll still be looking up, but you'll be looking across the valley and be able to see what's happening.
Yeah, you'll be looking out. So to me, I think the coolest place to be would be like the Strat or like Circa Legacy Bar, someplace like that.
Yeah, something along those lines. What we do know is the Plaza is going to have definitely going to have a show.
Perfect.
Station Casino, surprisingly, is going to have a show. They're
Okay.
sticking, Station doesn't seem to like to give anything away anymore, but they're going to do fireworks. MGM, speaking of not giving away, has made a statement that they are not going to do. So no MGM Resorts properties are going
That
to do
sounds cool
fireworks.
with me. That's fine.
And yeah, that's fine. But next week we will have, even if it's an abbreviated update, next week we will have a list of who's having the fireworks where and when.
Okay. Well, that sounds cool. I don't really like fireworks, so I don't care. That's why I say go MGM. No more fireworks. No more dogs driving my dogs crazy. Okay.
I'm no fan of fireworks either. Last week I said I wasn't a fan of donuts, and to me, fireworks equal donuts. So, but a lot of people like them, right?
Yeah. So we will have the list for the people who want to know where can you see the fireworks. We'll be getting into that next week. And in this week's Jackpot of the Week.
Change of pace.
Yeah, something new.
Slots. We're not doing video poker this week. We're doing slots.
All right. Who's feeling slotty? Here we go. My husband and I were visiting from Hawaii, celebrating our 33rd anniversary. We went to the Four Queens to play Silver Strike slots. My husband spotted the Dancing Drums explosion game with a very full pot. So he put $40 in and played $1.88 per spin, trying to trigger the pot closing. On the last spin before running out of money, the pot closed, and we had to choose from 12 coins, and whichever 3 symbols matched, he won that jackpot. He has closed the pot dozens of times before, winning mini and major jackpots, but this time he won the grand for $21,985. We were in shock, and the staff of the Four Queens was awesome. What a thrilling experience.
Hey, we don't give enough attention to the slot machines because we're video poker guys.
Yeah.
And the reality is video poker is a better gamble. It just is.
Yeah.
Usually, not always. See, things are changing. What's interesting about this, they mention, seeing that the pots were almost full.
Right. Very perceptive.
Yeah, and that's what's going on with these new bonus games and slots. There are a lot of these games now where you can look at how the bonus is triggered, and you can see people have played and built the bonus up and walked away. Mm-hmm. And it can become a positive expectation play to finish it off. In fact, there are people that go around and do that around town. They're not very well liked by the casinos,
sure,
but they figured out where these break-even points are, and they play them. So, the slot machines, which used to be the kind of the pariahs of people who are into trying to make money gambling, are starting to kind of have a comeback or an emergence, if you will, with the opportunities. And it sounds like one happened right here with Dancing Drums Explosion.
Right. So now it's like, what am I going to do? Walk around and go look for the Dancing Drums explosions with pots that are mostly closed, or see what they're at, and then if it's like one that's really close, maybe I play that one.
Yeah, there's probably there's a strategy there somewhere, and I don't happen to know it right now, but there are people that do know it. So this was again, be careful with slot machines. They cost more than video poker to play.
Yeah.
But there are opportunities in slots, and this was one of them.
And it doesn't mean you're going to win. Right? It doesn't mean it's going to go off.
It doesn't mean it's going to go off, but you kind of, at one point, that you're getting to the point where it is going to go.
Okay.
So, and that's what people do. Some people just do it by the seat of their pants intuitively. Some people have it worked out basically to the number.
Well, my girlfriend and I were playing one of those slot machines, and it had a pig that was highly inflated on the graphic board. And there was a guy, and we knew he was waiting for us to get up so he could play because the pig, and we sat there and we played, and then eventually it hit, but I think we didn't offset our loss. We spent more trying to make it hit than we did.
Yeah, you probably played it too early, and you built it up to a place where whoever was watching, he may or may not know what he was doing, but he knew that it was getting close enough that it was going to hit, and he wanted to take a shot at it.
Yeah.
So anyway, look for things like that. The new slots, look for bonuses that are close to being fulfilled, and you might have something.
Yeah, do your research, and if you have any good slot machine tips, leave them in the comments below so we can go investigate them and report on them here. That's it for today. We'll see you next week, guys. Thanks a lot.